And she is working hard.
For language arts, and she's doing great for me. She has a 90.
You know she's an asset to any group that she's in. She's a very hard worker, diligent.
She had one low quiz grade, but that was at the very beginning of the year, and since then she's done really well on all my tests and things.
Good.
Hello guys, welcome. If you're new, make sure you comment and tell me how you found our channel because I would love to talk to you. Today I have M&M's parent-teacher conference, and so I am headed over to her school. I do think it's kind of weird that her teachers are having the conference during the day. I feel like most parents work and that would be a challenge, except that I work so close to school that for me it was okay, but it's kind of weird. Maybe somehow they knew that I work close to the school. We'll see. But I'm excited to meet with them. I feel like middle school has been a journey so far. You know, we don't have the communication as open as we had in elementary school, and I really have no idea how she's doing at school. So I'm excited to hear what they have to say, and hopefully we can figure out the best way to be helpful for M&M.
I'm Kate. Erin.
Hi, Michelle. Glad to meet you.
Okay, Sally Ann Short.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
Well, I looked at, with math, she has an 84
Okay.
overall.
Okay.
So that's good because she is in my accelerated, which is all of 6th grade standards and half of 7th grade standards.
Right.
So we're going at a rapid pace.
Yes.
And she is working hard. It's very good for accelerated.
Okay.
I mean, it is a tough class.
It's hard for them to understand that when you're taking the higher level courses, you're not always going to have an A.
Yes.
For language arts, and she's doing great for me. She has a 90. And I will say she asks some questions for me. The only thing that I've noticed, and this isn't a huge deal, is her spelling. Anytime, that they write something like in class and just turn it in, but I can always make out what she's saying. And then like for, bigger essays and things like that, they can use the computer. So it's not really a problem.
So I have her for science, and she's doing well. She's sitting on an 89.
Okay.
And when you get home, if you'll just reiterate to keep working hard. I mean, she's really doing great, and these classes are challenging, and we feel like she belongs on our team. I think she's where she needs to be. I mean, she's an asset to any group that she's in. She's a very hard worker, diligent, very kind, and she doesn't ask me questions so much content related, but she wants to make sure she's doing the right thing,
Okay, yeah.
So she needs that, reassurance, but
Yes.
it's never overkill or bugging me or anything, but I really appreciate the way she reads and follows directions, and she takes her time. She's not slow or anything, but a lot of kids that are on our team, they tend to rush through, and I've always been impressed with her with being diligent to follow those directions and do the right thing. But she's awesome. So I think she could have an A. I know there's a lot of adjustment between elementary and middle school we have percentage grades now. We really know what an 85 is compared to an M. I mean, who knows what that is,
Right.
So I would probably, I know she's got a lot to do, but I would probably spend just a little more time each night reviewing her Cornell notes instead of waiting until right before the test. And she might be doing that. I know several tests she's made an B on, which is fine. But I mean, I think she's an A student, but gosh, we're only in the 10th, 12th week of school, But she's very sweet, and she's a pleasure, and I know y'all are proud of her.
Yeah.
I have her at the end of the day, and she sits at my table, and she actually asks a lot of questions. I think she's very comfortable with the kids that are sitting there, and so she's a little bit more open, and she asks a lot more questions. she was sitting with another little girl, and her and the other little girl were just being typical 6th grade girls, and they were getting a little silly, so I had to move the other little girl. But she has a 93 right now. She had one low quiz grade, but that was at the very beginning of the year, and since then she's done really well on all my tests and things.
Good.
I teach social studies. I think I forgot to say that. She asks me a lot of questions, and she works really hard. We do a lot of projects, which you probably already know, and she's good about asking for clarification if she's not sure exactly what's expected of her.
Good.
I love having her. She's a great girl.
Good. Thank you. I appreciate that. So what I think I'm hearing is that overall you see good effort from her.
Yes.
And you feel like she's in the right place.
Yes.
So, okay, great. Well, thank you. I appreciate your time, guys.
Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for coming.
Different, not seeing teachers.
So M&M's conference went awesome. They had a lot of great things to say about her, which I am not surprised. And look at who I found that wants to have lunch with mommy. Hey! It's M&M! Hey, M&M! So I promised M&M that I would take her to lunch one day because they don't do celebrations at middle school. And I get to go to middle school, or I get to go to elementary celebrations for the little kids, so she deserves a special time with mom. So every time I do a celebration with the little kids, another day soon, I will take M&M to lunch. That seems fair, right?
Yes.
Almost better, because lunch is way better than celebration.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
where are we going for lunch?
Zaxby's.
Yummy!
And I'm going back to school.
And we're going back to school.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't get confused. We're going back to school.